Let's talk about white versus black pepper. Thank you, Gypsy Gold, for this amazing prompt and question. And I have a selection of white and black pepper in their different forms for today's show and tell. I've always been a big fan of white pepper, and it's definitely the more common ingredient in Chinese soups and dishes. It just adds a little something more. And in Hong Kong, there's a really common soup that's made with pig stomach or pig lungs with almonds and white pepper. Not to mention that white pepper is a common ingredient used in postpartum care. Let me explain from a TCM perspective. To start, both white and black pepper actually come from the same fruit, which are the berries of the Piper nigrum plant. The only difference is in how they're processed, and this is where they get their nature and properties from. Black peppercorn is from the unripe berries and then dried whole, turning them black, while the white peppercorn is made from the ripe seed and then removing the outer skin and drying only the inner part. They are similar in that they both target the stomach and the large intestines. However, they do have different actions because of how they're processed and the part it comes from. So black pepper is the outer seed and dry. That's why it becomes black. Black pepper is hotter than its white counterpart, which is warm. Black pepper is more superficial in its action. Think of it like physically, how it's the outer shell. So that means it really helps with dispelling and pushing things out. It's great for expelling cold, especially cold that's quickly invaded the stomach, where it can cause cramping, bloating, gas, or a sudden feeling of cold in the belly. It's also great for promoting circulation, especially in the digestive system and moving the energy around. For example, when I run or ride in colder weather, the black pepper will help me expel that exterior cold, re-energize my qi, as the cold weather causes contraction and stagnation, which leads to stiff and cold muscles. This will help break up that stagnation and keep my muscles warm and supple. As white pepper is more the inside of the seed, that's where it goes, deeper towards our insides. It warms the interior more deeply, working with our spleen and stomach to drive out inner cold, especially if it's chronic. This is great for people who have long-term poor digestion, chronic diarrhea, and is better at warming the lower part of our belly, like our stomach, small and large intestines. In soups and dishes, black pepper creates that more depth and punch in flavor. I'll use this in a simple chicken soup with fresh green onion whites and ginger. This soup is perfect if you feel the onset of a cold with a clear runny nose or clear phlegm. You can also use black pepper as a pre-run or pre-workout tea to activate the yang first. Using a pu'er or any type of black tea, 2 slices of fresh ginger, 5 to 6 whole black peppercorns, and a squeeze of lemon or honey to raise my body's core temperature and prepare my body for the cold. White peppercorn is best used with lighter soups, usually containing pork lungs, pork stomach, or pork bones. This creates a light, peppery taste that's not overwhelming and beautifully pairs with melons such as chayotes, fuzzy melons, or corn. For teas, you can use white pepper to create an internally warming tonic. You can use dried ginger, dried red dates, cinnamon stick, and a pinch of white pepper powder for someone that's always feeling cold. Start with a smaller amount of white pepper because it is more potent than its black counterpart. I would avoid both black and white pepper if you're experiencing heat. This may show up as a fever, thirst, dry stool or constipation, red face or complexion, or canker sores in your mouth. Remember, black pepper is like a space heater. It warms up the room quickly, but in a very limited space. Perfect for that quick, acute cold and symptoms. White pepper is like insulation. It seals the body's warmth, focusing on the core area. Perfect for chronic cold and conditions. And remember I talked about potency and ingredients from ginger. Well, ground pepper is going to be a lot more potent and strong than its unground counterparts. Happy soup or tea making with pepper, and I'll see you next time.